Good morning, everyone. It's Christine and it's Thursday. I hope you guys are having an amazing week. So if anyone ever gets to know me really well, something always goes crazy in my life and happens. Every day is a new day. And when you run 25 employees, you never know what's going to happen. And when I had my in-home, I had staff, you never know what's going to happen. And I'm going to tell you about the time we were on our way back from the park. And yes, I was in ratio. We were on our way back from the park, and my assistant says to me, I think that house is on fire. And I said, what? And it was in our neighborhood, and we were walking back, and she's like, look. And it was thick black smoke. I mean, it was like, and I'm like, she's like, I think we need to call the fire department. I'm like, are you sure it's on fire? And she's like, yes, I think we need to call. I said, well, why don't I go walk down there? So she's taking the kids, and she's at the corner way down the street waiting for me, and I walk down there and I knock on the door and no one answers. And I'm like, oh crap. So no one's there, no one answers the door, so I called the fire department. And yes, the fire department came back out, and so we stayed in the driveway at my house. And I walked down there, and the fire department guy is all in his uniform, he's knee down, and I'm like, I called it in because no one answered the door. Well, lo and behold, this older lady decided that she was going to burn her personal paperwork in the fireplace along with tons of other stuff. And so her house was not on fire. And while she was doing that, she decided to take a shower. So she took a shower while everything was burning in her fireplace. Because the smoke looked different, we ended up calling it in as a safety precaution. So with that said, we had an impromptu presentation by the fire department at my house. So I was like, well, since you're out to in our neighborhood checking on the house, you can come down to my in-home daycare center. The kids would love to see your fire truck, and you can just go ahead and train them about fire safety since you're in my neighborhood. So I took that opportunity to have the fire department come to my house, and they actually did. And it actually turned out really good that day. So my lesson plan I had got thrown out the door, and the kids learned about fire safety in the middle of the summer instead of normally I do it in October. And they handed the kids out all hats and everything. And so let's talk about this. So my day did not go as planned. I ended up calling the fire department because we thought a house was on fire that was not on fire. They come to my house, they do a presentation, and so we went into fire safety. Do you have your evacuation plans posted? Do you have them in your in-home posted? Does your kids know what to do? Do the kids know what to do if you pass out? So that was one of the things, like after that, we went back and we reevaluated all of our fire safety plans. And if the kids knew what to do, what if one of the adults passed out first? Would the kids be able to get out of the house? Could they open a window and crawl out? So we went through this whole extensive thing, and that day the kids told on me for calling the fire department on a house that was not on fire. But even with my centers, we have everything posted. We have the fire extinguishers. Make sure that you follow your licensing rules on that. Fire safety. Our fire inspector does come out and check for all that stuff. Once a year, they'll check my fire extinguisher. They'll check to make sure the evacuation routes are out. They'll even ask the kids to see if the kids actually know what to do, and they will check to see if we're doing our fire drills. Obviously, if they pull the fire alarm and the kids don't move, they know we're not practicing our fire drills. So I have had in my center, I'm not going to lie, I've had some kids pull the fire alarm that should not have, and we've had impromptu fire drills. And it happens sometimes. Those kids are so quick sometimes and they think it's funny. So I have had to have that. Or we have the cook set off the fire alarm. I always laugh. One of the centers, the fire alarm's real sensitive. So if they do anything in the kitchen and they accidentally burn, the fire alarm goes off. And I always tease them because I swear at least once a new cook will set off the fire alarm. This last time I was laughing because they said she would not open up the oven. She turned it off and she would not open it up because she knew the fire alarm was going to go off, and it was during nap time. So anyways, just make sure your fire safety rules are all in place and that you have everything written up and you have your evacuation routes and you are actually doing your fire drills. Those are very, very important. So anyways, thanks for watching. Please like and share, and you guys have an amazing day. I'll talk to you later.